Winton's basketball on Waycross made possible by Boardman Athletics Group. We make sports happen. Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialist. Midakey Car Care. And by Shooter Sports Grill, a great place for the whole team. Welcome to Winton Woods High School. It's a non-conference showdown between the Western Hill Mustangs and the home team, the Winton Woods Warriors. Right now in the midst of starting lineups for the visiting Mustangs. Number 2, DeQuante Weinstead. Number 10, number 1, Greg Marshall. Number 23, Tyron Sanders. Meanwhile, for Winton Woods, Jalen Mason, Garrison Bailey, Rashawn Brown, Leroy Walker, and Damari Martin is the starting lineup for David Lumpkin's squad. Kyle Evans, happy to be alongside my broadcast partner. If you can even hear me, it's loud and raucous here at Winton Woods High School. What are you expecting between these two teams tonight?
Well, if the junior varsity game is any indication of a seriously up-tempo game. There was no energy spared in that first game, and I'm sure we're going to see more of the same tonight. In fact, we're going to see some of the same players. But there's a lot of energy in this arena tonight. It's loud. There's a lot of people here, a lot of excitement. I expect a great game.
Winton Woods in the home white. Western Hills in the visiting red as you take a look at the Winton Woods pep band. This opening quarter being brought to you by Shooter Sports Grill, a great place for the whole team. Opening tip-off between number 24, Mickey Freeman. He will jump it up against Leroy Walker. Non-conference basketball between the Warriors and the Western Hill Mustangs is underway. DeQuante Weinstead running point for EJ Black squad. Western Hill swings it around the perimeter. Down low, off the glass, and it rolls in for 2. Mickey Freeman for 2.
Freeman with the basket.
Now Winton Woods trying to respond. Sent down low to Garrison Bailey. Bailey kicks it out to Raquan Prince. Corner 3.
There's Damari Martin with the basket, the three-pointer.
Winton Woods pulls down the rebound. Jalen Mason races it the direction. Block! Oh. And then a foul.
Oh.
Let's go back to that last block. Jalen Mason trying to get inside. And the big man, Mickey Freeman, got the initial block. The foul happened after the block.
Called a foul on Turner. We got free throws early in the game here. Garrison Bailey shooting the free throws is a senior, 6'3" tall.
Bailey is 71.4% free throw shooter on the season, knocks down a pair. Western Hills going to work on offense. Minute 15 gone by in the opening quarter. Swings it into the near corner. Gregory Marshall has it. Now in the hands of Mickey Freeman, and an offensive foul. Calling a legal screen on number 10. Raquan Prince running point for David Lumpkin's squad, trying to pick up their 11th win on the campaign. Meanwhile, Western Hills comes in 3-13. That pass stolen away by Gregory Marshall. Marshall with wheels has 2.
Serious speed for Marsh, has serious speed.
We saw some wheels in our first contest.
Oh.
Little up and under shot off the mark by Garrison Bailey, and a whistle and a foul. 2 minutes into this opening quarter, you can already tell it's going to be a physical contest between these two teams. Jalen Mason will head to the stripe. And you can already tell 2 minutes into this first quarter, it's going to be a physical game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of body banging already. It's a little more deliberate tempo than the JV game was, but yeah, some serious action going on underneath the baskets.
Get a lane violation on Western Hills, so we'll shoot the second free throw.
These are big guys out there. I mean,
Mickey Freeman called for the lane violation. 5:59 to play here in this opening quarter. 6'4" Winton Woods. Second one's off the mark.
oh,
Offensive rebound for the Warriors, put up and in.
the two Mustangs had that rebound, and when going for it, they lost it to the Warriors. It cost them 2 points.
Leroy Walker gets the basket. DeQuante Weinstead running point for the Western Hill Mustangs. Turns the corner, and he lost it out of bounds, but it was deflected by Raquan Prince. First substitution of the night as number 33, Kimon Morris will check in. Mickey Freeman will head to the bench.
Morris is 6'5".
Off the inbounds, tried to alley-oop it, missed the connection. Here comes Raquan Prince.
Raquan Prince is a star on the football team as well.
Prince trying to find someone down low. They give it to Garrison Bailey. Corner 3, off the mark. Offensive rebound by Jalen Mason underneath. Had it blocked, and we'll get a jump ball. Possession error will keep it with the Warriors. 5:17 to go in this opening quarter. 8-4 in favor of Winton Woods. Here's Garrison Bailey. Corner 3 on the way. Off the mark. Kimon Morris pulls down the rebound, puts it in the hands of DeQuante Weinstead, and number 2 in purple. He's a pretty big boy for Western Hills. Quick three-pointer off the mark and put in, by number 1, Gregory Marsh. Go back to that last three-point shot. Marsh has 5 points so far. So in the midst of the transition game, a technical foul.
They called it on Marsh, number 1, who just scored the basket. So he said something to somebody.
That's his first personal foul. Warriors step to the stripe, and they knock down 1 of 2. Raquan Prince running the point. defended by DeQuante Weinstead. Now in the hands of Damari Martin. Martin launches a three. Off the mark, offensive rebound, put up and in by Jalen Mason. Raquan Prince picking up his first personal foul. Western Hills applying some backcourt pressure, trying to get it across the timeline. Weinstead stepped out of bounds. It'll be Winton Woods basketball.
Jalen Mason was making life miserable for him here on the sideline.
Jalen Mason throws it into Raquan Prince, averaging about 3.8 points per game. Prince throws it off the leg of DeQuante Weinstead. They'll say that was a kick ball. And we'll keep it with the Warriors. 4:22 to go in this opening quarter. Mickey Freeman will check in for the Mustangs as you take a look at head coach David Lumpkin. Trying to pick up his 11th win on the campaign. Sent down low, back to Prince. Prince over to Mason. Garrison Bailey fires it cross court. Back to Prince. Halfway through this opening quarter, Prince has it. Western Hills playing a little 2-3 zone. Prince, corner three, got it!
Oh.
14-7.
The Warriors patiently moved the ball around looking for an open shot, and they got it.
Western Hills trying to respond.
Oh. Big hit to the floor there.
They're going to get Damari Martin with the foul.
Yeah, it was Kamen Morris hitting the floor. He's going to shoot the free throws. He went hard down.
Kamon Morris at the stripe, where he's a 62.5% free throw shooter on the season. The 6'5" senior. Off on the second. Couple of substitutions waiting to check in for David Lumpkin's squad during the next dead ball. 14-7.
Oh, unforced error.
Winton Woods turns it over. Rashawn Brown, Alad Debaku checking in for Winton Woods. Weinstead running the point for the Western Hill Mustangs. Trailing by 7, trying to cut into a 7-point deficit on this possession right here. Puts it in the hands of Gregory Marsh. Marsh defended well by Prince. It's a one-on-one. Mickey Freeman off the screen. Back to Weinstead. E.J. Black screaming at his players to move the ball around the perimeter. Here's Marsh driving baseline. Kicks it far corner. 3 on the way. Off the back of the iron. Marsh tips it back. Mickey Freeman lost it and pokes it in the hands of DeQuante Weinstead. Here's Marsh. He'll pull it out. 2:38 to play in this opening quarter.
They're showing good patience here on offense. But the Warriors are making it tough to get an open shot.
Here's Gregory Marsh. Now Freeman has it off the screen.
Oh.
And off the fingertips of number 10.
Pass is a little too hot.
Teron Sanders checking back in.
Yeah, well, both teams are shuttling a lot of players in and out.
2:16 to play, opening quarter. Non-conference showdown for Western Hills. members of the Cincinnati Metro Athletic Conference. 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Long three. Rattles around and in.
They're going to have to contest those three-point shots. The Warriors have proven they can make them.
17-7. Weinstead to the bucket, and he was fouled. Let's go back to those last buckets by Winton Woods. Winton Woods just doing a real good job finding the space. Western Hills, floater's gonna drop for number 23, Sanders. Into the corner. Winton Woods has to pull it out. And a whistle and a foul.
Called out on number 33. It's a 6'5" Kamen Morris.
Montev Ware will inbound the basketball. Fires it. Rashawn Brown able to track it down. Approaching the final minute of this opening quarter. 8-point lead for the Winton Woods Warriors. Baseline jumper, off the mark.
Ball goes over to Western Hills.
Western Hills 2-5 in the Cincinnati Metro Athletic Conference. Transition game, and a foul will send the Mustangs to the stripe.
Lade Boyko, who drew the foul, was kind of back there by himself against three Mustangs. He was trying to make the best out of a bad situation.
One more. Of 2 from the stripe.
Turned out he prevented the basket.
Montev Ware has it for Winton Woods. Ware running the point. Final half minute. They send it inside to Rashawn Brown. Back to Jalen Mason. Corner 3. Off the side of the iron. The rebound belongs to number 1, Gregory Marsh. Marsh lost it on the deck.
Lost the dribble.
And a jump ball will keep it with the Mustangs.
And Marsh was streaking to the basket and he lost the dribble. They couldn't find anybody to pass to, so they called timeout. The Warriors are showing some tenacious defense here. They're blocking the passing lanes and they're sticking to their plays.
No timeout. They got him with a 5-second violation. Final seconds of the opening quarter.
That's my mistake.
Winton Woods coughs it up. Debaku throws it out of bounds. 3.9 to play. We've already seen a half-court shot in our first game drop.
Oh.
Here's Weinstead. Weinstead at the horn, and a big bucket for Western Hills. Takes us to the end of the first quarter with the score Winton Woods 17, Western Hills 11.
Both teams are showing good patience on offense. They're running their set plays, they're passing it around, they're trying to find the open shot. It's been a little easier for the Warriors than for the Mustangs. We'll see how the game unfolds here. But if the Warriors are going to keep making the three-point shots, the Mustangs are going to be in a bad way because they're going to have to go out and contest them if they're going to leave the middle open.
The first quarter being brought to you by Shooter Sports Grill, a great place for the whole team. Pep band getting into it, getting ready to start quarter number 2. Kyle Evans, Tom Hall, and our entire Waycross crew coming at you from Winton Woods High School. It's crunch time in the city of Cincinnati in terms of picking up that win that might bump you up a higher seed. It might even bump you down if you lose. Here's Rashawn Brown. Brown being defended by number 10. Brown to the bucket and banks it in for 2. Taquante Weinstead walks it across the timeline. Picked up by Rashawn Brown. Swings it over to Gregory Marsh. Marsh pulls it out. Thought about the three-pointer, kicks it to the corner. Teron Sanders has it. Sanders muscles his way to the hoop and falls away and knocks it down.
That was a nice move. He's able to maintain control. He bumped into a Warrior, but is able to get stopped and get set and make the shot. 6-point game.
19-13. Western Hills trailing by 6. And we're going to get a jump ball, and possession error will give it back to Western Hills. Number 23, Damari Martin checking in. Rashawn Brown will go to the bench. Meanwhile, Mickey Freeman will come back in for the Mustangs. And Keeman Morris will get a breath. 6:47 to play until halftime. Hopefully you're enjoying it just as much as we are here at our courtside seats at Winton Woods High School. Here's Marsh. Marsh playing in his 11th game on the season, averaging 8.4 points per game. Here's Weinstead. Sends it down low to the big guy, and he's called for steps. This is a Western Hills team averaging about 51 points per game. Here's Mason to the basket.
Yeah, nice move to the basket.
Jalen Mason averages about 9 points per game. Western Hills lost it. Raquan Prince walks it across the timeline, picked up by Gregory Marsh. Prince swings it over to Martin. Martin top of the key, 5:27 to play. Garrison Bailey at the right elbow. Back out to Martin. Martin inside, and a loose ball picked up by Sanders, and then a foul on Winton Woods in the backcourt. Number 3, Antoine Fairbanks checking in. He's only played 3 games on the campaign, playing in his 4th contest. Fairbanks running point, trying to turn the corner of Damari Martin. Fairbanks, a 5'10" senior on this Mustang squad. Whistle and a foul away from the ball.
elbowing on Sanders.
Next foul on Winton Woods will send Western Hills to the line. Steps called.
I thought they might call a reach in there on Winton Woods, but no.
Here comes Prince. Prince just as fast on the hardwood as he is the football field, right?
He is, but Marsh can keep up with him. But Prince has some height on Marsh. But they're going to be playing against each other all night.
Whistle on a foul away from the ball.
They're calling that on Martin. He's got 3 fouls on him now, number 23 for the Warriors.
Couple of substitutions. Jalen Mason and Morris waiting to check in. We have reached the 7th foul, so it is a one-on-one opportunity for Western Hills. First one's off the mark. Jalen Mason pulls down the rebound. Mason, a 41.9% field goal shooter. Whistle on a foul inside will most likely go again against Kamon Morris.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know why they called that one on him.
Next Mustangs foul will put the Warriors at the stripe for 2. Jalen Mason off the fingertips. Weinstead picks it up and under for 2. (21-15). Here's Prince in the corner. Back to Rashawn Brown. Brown floater. Missed the rim, and they're going to call Brown for the foul. And to be honest, I don't think Brown even touched him.
No, I didn't see that foul either, but that's the nature of the beast.
Let's take another look at it. Let's go back to that steal.
Awful lot of speed out there on the court. For both teams.
Mickey Freeman at the stripe. 71.4% free throw shooter. He's missed all of his 3 throws thus far. Raquan Prince runs the point halfway through the second period at Winton Woods High School. Kyle Evans and Tom Hall. It's only a 6-point lead for the Winton Woods Warriors. Here's Leroy Walker. Now Mason. David Lumpkin screaming out instructions from the Winton Woods bench. Here's Prince off the curl. Defended well by Gregory Marsh. Prince lost it, able to get possession and keep this drive alive. Sent down low. The big man puts it up, and a whistle and a foul. Freeman called for the foul.
That puts the Warriors in the bonus now.
Garrison Bailey stepping to the stripe. First one's good. Bailey, a 71.4% free throw shooter from the stripe. Second one's good as well.
That helped his average.
23-15. Gregory Marsh races it across the timeline, racing all the way to the bucket. David Lumpkin questioning that whistle. And Marsh will head to the stripe. Bailey picking up his second personal foul. Gregory Marsh Also an excellent three-throw shooter, 74.1 on the campaign.
That's a good average.
Leroy Walker will come in. Lewis Frazier will sit down. Oladi Dibaku checking in for the Warriors. 3:24 to play until halftime. It's a 6-point game. 23-17. Western Hills almost got the steal. Up and under, count it for two.
Yeah, it was Ware with the basket. That was the speed. His speed got him that basket.
Ware hasn't accumulated a whole lot of stats on the campaign, but he has an easy layup right there. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Western Hills. Just past 3 minutes to go in the quarter.
Western Hills is hanging around. They're down, but they're staying relatively close. Oh, there's a takeaway.
Raquan Prince picks his pocket, and Winton Woods almost coughs it up as Ware dribbles it out, and that's very close to an over and back violation. They didn't call it.
No, they didn't.
Here's Prince in the corner. He pulls it out. Had a very good angle. I don't think the ball, it might have went into the backcourt. It was very, very close to tell.
I thought it did, but the referee was standing right there.
Here's Ware. Ware, a lot of contact, stripped and stolen away. Fairbanks. And they're going to call
travel.
Marsh for steps. Let's go back to that last possession. Here it is right here. Right there, he stepped on the line.
Yeah.
And that's why E.J. Black, the head coach of Western Hills, was electric. Dibaku has it, defended well by Saunders. 2 minutes to go in the half. Jalen Mason.
Ooh.
Jalen Mason picking up the foul. The physicality has not changed at all in terms of the first game we saw. Very physical here in the first half of this one.
Yeah, the difference is they're calling fouls in this game. They were not calling too many fouls in especially the first half of the JV game.
Weinstead at the stripe where he's a 50% three-throw shooter. How about the team average for Western Hills in terms of the three-throw department? 67.4% on the season. And Weinstead knocks down a pair. It's back to a 6-point lead for Winton Woods, 25-19. Jalen Mason, defended well by Fairbanks. Corner three, got it. Leroy Walker from long distance. Western Hills trying to get it across that timeline. Puts in the hands of Weinstead to the bucket. No foul, we play on. Minute 26 left in the half. Balls and bodies bouncing all over this court.
Oh.
Western Hills saves it.
Prince went down
Lost
hard.
it on the deck. It'll go to Winton Woods.
Prince went down hard on his right shoulder. It looks like he's all right.
Approaching the final minute of a fast-paced first half. Baseball pass, almost intercepted by Saunders. Here's Mason. Now Prince. Prince connects. Extends the Winton Woods Warriors lead to 12, 31-19.
Yeah, the Warriors are doing a job on the Mustangs with the three-pointers. They've picked up, I think 12 points on three-point plays now. which is roughly the difference, not roughly, it's exactly the difference in the game. Mustangs try.
That shot off the mark. Half a minute to work with. Prince. He'll hand it off to Jalen Mason. Mason stepped on the line and over and back call. Take a look at it one more time. Watch his right foot. Right there.
Yeah.
Well, if you're Western Hills, you'd like to get some points right here on this possession going into the locker room. Only 10 seconds to work with. Gregory Marsh and company have to go to work in a hurry. 6 to work with. That pass is intercepted. And a foul before the whistle.
Yeah, we're going to shoot free throws.
The official signaling that the players are going to have to get back onto the court. Leroy Walker at the stripe for 2.
There's a big sequence for the Warriors. Pick up 1 point. They're right.
Misses the second. And that'll take us to the halftime locker. Winton Woods Warriors 32, Western Hill Mustangs 19. We'll be back for the second half after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Ohio develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Winton Woods basketball on Waycross made possible by Borgman Athletics Group. We make sports happen. Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialist. Midakey Car Care. And by Shooter Sports Grill, a great place for the whole team. Welcome back to Winton Woods High School. It's 32-19, Warriors on top. Warriors possession to start quarter number 3. Kyle Evans and Tom Hall at Winton Woods High School. Warriors out to a 13-point lead.
The Warriors had 5 3-point shots in the first half, and the Western Hills had 1.
Here's a jumper from the left elbow. Trying to tip it in was Leroy Walker. Winds up in the hands of Gregory Marsh. See if Western Hills can get some momentum going. Here's Saunders to the bucket. Tried to tip it around.
Turn it over.
Winds up in the hands of Walker. Walker to the basket.
Speed.
Put back up and in by Rashawn Brown. 34-19. Western Hills needing some points. 34-19. That pass stripped. And then a traveling violation called against number 10, Demetrius Watkins. Jalen Mason will throw it in. Puts it back in the hands of David Lumpkins, point guard. Little bounce pass down low. Garrison Bailey turns around.
That was a really well done pivot move.
36-19. Couple of other Cincinnati Metro Athletic games tonight. Milford taking on Schroeder. Meanwhile, Hughes, as we get a whistle and a foul, Hughes is taking on the West Claremont Wolves. This Friday night, Woodward and Schroeder will do battle. These Mustangs will take on Aiken, and the Taft Senators will tangle with Hughes on Saturday. First one's good. Cuts it to a 16-point deficit, 6:43 to play here in this third quarter. If you're Western Hills, you just have to get back defensively. You can't allow Winton Woods to get these easy layups.
No, you got to make a run now because this game is on the brink of slipping away.
Second one's good, so the Mustangs connect 2 of 2 from the stripe. Makes it 36-21.
He triple teamed him, but he got out of there.
Baseline jumper off the side of the iron, pulled down by DeQuante Weinstead. He races to the bucket and finishes for 2. It's a 13-point ball game. Here's Mason to the cup. Lost it out of bounds, and a whistle and a foul.
2 players down here. Calling a foul on number 2 Turner. Western Hills. And it sends Bailey to the line.
First one is off the mark.
Garrison Bailey is a 6'3" senior.
Lewis Frazier getting set to check in for the free throw shooter. So he'll wait for the next dead ball. 13-point lead for the Winton Woods Warriors. Into the paint, up and under.
Oh.
Gregory Marsh pulls the Mustangs within 11.
Yeah, the defense had gone outside.
Here's Rashawn Brown. Brown to the bucket.
Oh.
Thought he had it blocked, and the officials blow the whistle.
Morris, number 33 for the Mustangs, has 3 fouls on him now.
Rashawn Brown at the line. He's a 50% free throw shooter on the season.
Here comes Morris out of the game.
Brown averaging 4.5 points per game. Makes the second. Damari Martin will check in. Rashawn Brown will head to the bench. 5:40 left here in quarter number 3. It's a 13-point lead for the Winton Woods Warriors. Here's Turner, swings it over to Marsh. Marsh trying to scan out the floor, tried to send it back to Turner.
Oh.
Turner gets it back, loses it out of bounds.
Yeah.
My correction, I have been calling number 2 the wrong name, so number 2 is Devarius Turner, my mistake. had him on my roster as DeQuante Weinstead, so my apologies to the first 16 minutes of play. Lewis Frazier heading to the rim. Got hacked on his way up. Lewis Frazier, 45.4% free throw shooter on the campaign. Averaging less than a point a game as Hinska Walker checking back in. Still just a 13-point lead for the Winton Woods Warriors, kind of letting Western Hills hang around, unable to capitalize at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's the difference. They're not making the free throws. If they were, this game would be, margin would be much different now.
Turner running the point. Now in the hands of Walker. Walker has it left wing. Now Turner, top of the arc, back to Walker. Down low to the basket, off the window, tipped around. Controlled by Winton Woods, tipped around, and Turner gets it. Marsh thought about the three, he's gonna drive into the paint. A lot of contact. Winton Woods picks it up.
He was open for the three, but he didn't take it.
Prince for three, off the mark. And a foul will go against Lewis Frazier. Good looking shot by Warcron Prince.
He's made two this evening. That one didn't drop for him.
Turner runs the point. 4:18 left here in period number 3. Here's Marsh trying to turn the corner. Gonna drive into the paint, kicks it out. Long three on the way, off the back of the iron. Skine for the rebound, and then was fouled.
He pushed out of bounds there. Number 24 of the Western Hills Mustangs pushed him out.
Mickey Freeman, the guilty culprit.
Been a 13-point game for a fair while now.
Western Hills just kind of failing to capitalize right now in terms of points, but Winton Woods not padding the lead any at the free throw line. Montez Ware lost it, able to save it along the far baseline. Here's Ware, long three from the right wing, in and out. Rebound belongs to Freeman. And turns it over in a wide open layup for Damari Martin.
A little pass under the basket.
15-point game. Here's Greg Marsh from the right elbow. Someone has to bail him out. Turner's there to help him. Approaching the final 3 minutes of the third quarter. Here's Marsh. Defended well by Damari Martin. Marsh races to the bucket. Off the window with the left hand.
Marsh is so quick. If he sees a seam, he'll go in there and go for the layup.
Back to a 13-point game. Here's Damari Martin. He turns around and launches a three. Skine for the rebound is Leroy Walker. And we're going to get a blocking foul.
Some serious contact under the basket. We got a couple of one Western Hill players not getting up. There's a replay. You can see three players hit the deck there.
So the Western Hills coaching staff will walk out to check on Mickey Freeman.
It looks like a little worse for the wear here coming off the court.
Seems to be in a little bit of pain. Kamon Morris will check in. Mason back to the stripe, 68.5% free throw shooter. Trying to pad the lead. It's back to 13. Western Hills has been trailing by 13 for most of this third quarter. Some moisture on the floor. First one's good. David Lumpkin looking on. Up next for Winton Woods, they'll travel to the Eagles' Nest to take on the Milford Eagles. Western Hills foul will go against Walker. Got him for the hold on the free throw. Here's Walker for Winton Woods. Now Damari Martin has it.
Western Hills has 6 fouls already.
Here's Ware. Next foul will put them at the stripe for 1 and 1. I'm going to get a push.
There's the number 7.
That will be the 7th team foul. Take a look at it one more time.
Did not look like the most egregious foul we've seen this evening. But it was contact.
First one's good. After Milford, Winton Woods will take on the Moeller Crusaders, Wilmington Hurricanes, Hughes at Aiken. They'll finish the season February 16th when Thurgood Marshall rolls to town.
The Mustangs are racking up fouls here left and right without ever getting out of their zone. That's number 8. Yeah, the Mustangs are going to call timeout here and try to regroup. This has been a very bad sequence for Western Hills.
DJ Black taking a timeout. He'll huddle the troops around him and talk some strategy. His team trailing by 13 points late in this third quarter. Western Hills left with just 4 timeouts. I think this is a good timeout for Western Hills. Just trying to calm things down. You're hanging around. You're only down 13 points. You're still right there. Get a couple of baskets and a steal, and it's a single-digit game.
Yeah, they need to do something right now, though. They can't. The fouls have gotten them into serious trouble here in the second half. There's still plenty of time left. We're just in the third quarter. But they've already got 18 fouls, and if they keep this up, they're going to be in a double bonus. They're going to be in big trouble. But they've got to do something positive here.
Pep Band bringing some energy to the Winton Woods Gymnasium. Warriors at the line. Off the mark.
Western Hills needs to come down and make a basket.
Saunders pulls down the board, puts in the hands of Turner. Turner running point. 2.5 left here in the third period. Turner right wing.
Ooh.
Almost had his pocket picked. Turner's going to drive into the paint, puts it up. And Turner just earned himself a chance at a three-throw line. Oladi Debaku checking in. Lewis Frazier heads to the bench.
This Winton Woods team has a lot of depth. Keep shuttling these players in and out. That was something positive for Western Hills.
(43-29). That pass tipped around and stolen by Western Hills. And we're going to get a jump ball. Possession error. We'll give it to the Mustangs.
Western Hills coach thought that should have been a foul, not a jump ball.
I think he has a point because the Mustangs got to the ball first, and then Winton Woods dove on the floor over top of the player.
Yes, that's what I thought too. I thought the coach had a pretty legitimate
Turner to the bucket. Well, if Western Hills is going to get back into this game, you saw it right there. They're going to have to muscle their way to the basket because Winton Woods is playing absolutely just lockdown defense inside that paint.
Yeah, they've got to pound the basket, draw the fouls, and make the free throws.
Turner at the stripe, trying to cut into a 14-point deficit.
Western Hills has not shown a strong ability to make the three-pointers. Not as strong as Winton Woods has, at least.
One more, and he gets it. 1 of 2 from the line. 43-30. 13-point lead in which Winton Woods has been sitting at all quarter.
Almost lost it.
Jalen Mason lost it. David Lumpkin saw the situation, elects to take a timeout. David Lumpkin, head coach of the Winton Woods Warriors, trying to pick up their 11th win on the season. Pep band's gonna gear it up a notch.
They are.
I'm gonna sit back and let them play for you.
It's a noisy place. We had the cheerleaders doing their flips. The crowd loves the cheerleaders doing their flips. It's great stuff. Well, they practice loud, move long and hard.
Winton Woods basketball. Rashawn Brown will be the trigger man. Montev Ware runs the point as they play catch back and forth. Winton Woods finally gets it across the midcourt timeline. Corner 3 off the side of the iron. Offensive rebound on a wide open lane to the bucket. Missed it. Rolled off. Western Hills trying to capitalize off the Winton Woods turnover.
Oh.
Western Hills almost threw it away. Saunders tracks it down, puts it in the hands of Turner. Turner to the far wing. He'll back it out with 1:20 left. Western Hills lost it. Here's Brown. Missed the dunk.
Missed the stuff.
Here's Turner. And it's an 11-point game. That's why coaches don't like electing to dunk it in high school. Just take the layup and get the easy 2 points.
Yeah. So then we got an 11-point game.
Down low. Basket plus the foul. Take a look at it one more time. A breakaway opportunity. Rashawn Brown misses the easy hammer.
You've probably been hoping for that opportunity for quite some time and wasn't able to convert it. But he gets some free throw tries here.
He converts the 3-point play. Leroy Walker coming back in. Rashawn Brown will head to the bench. 53 seconds left in quarter number 3. Kyle Evans and Tom Hall from Winton Woods High School, along with our Waycross crew. Here's Gregory Marsh. He pulls it out. Marsh over to Turner. Western Hills electing to hold what looks like to be for the final shot of the period.
They haven't tried a threer in a while.
Turner has it. Turner has it at the Winton Woods logo at midcourt. 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Western Hills will take a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by E.J. Black. Each team left with 3 timeouts in their back pocket. Warriors started to head back onto the floor, and then David Lumpkin regathered the troops, had some final words of encouragement that he wanted to throw in there. Correction, the Warriors are left with 4 timeouts, not 3.
He's telling his players to watch out for the three-point shot and watch out for the drives to the basket.
Turner, the trigger man, trying to get it in to Gregory Marsh. Turner has it. 6 to work with.
You do foul.
Montez Ware called for the foul.
That's okay for the Warriors. They had a foul to give there.
Yeah,
more than one foul to give, actually.
Yeah, only their 4th team foul off the rebound, inbound, put up, and almost getting it to drop is Kamon Morris, but he's going to head to the line. Debaku called for the foul. Morris playing in his 7th contest on the campaign. He knocks down the first. It's back to a 13-point game. Second one off the mark. Walker gets the rebound.
Oh.
And then a foul with 1.1 seconds to go in the period.
That is a bad break for the Mustangs.
Walker going to head to the stripe where he's a 50% free throw shooter on the year.
That's what Turner and the Mustangs did not want to do.
Walker hits the first. He uses that height to get about 2.7 rebounds per game, averaging just under 4 points. Final second at the horn, and that's how quarter number 3 will come to a close.
That was a bad sequence for the Mustangs. They took the ball into the Winton Woods end with just under a minute. They're going to hold it for the last shot. And they got 2 fouls down there. The free throws didn't go real well. And then they committed the foul, and the Warriors were able to score off of it to end the quarter. Turner on the layup. That's a pass under the basket. You got to be careful with those. That's what can happen. That's Marsh showing us the quickness.
Both teams just showing their speed. There's the botched dunk. Then Justin Turner makes him pay. Fourth quarter is underway, 48-33. The home team, Winton Woods on top, Kyle Evans and Tom Hall. Here's Prince. Now in the hands of Ware. Damari Martin fires it over to Raquan Prince. Pulls up baseline jumper, too strong. Gregory Marsh has it, races it across the timeline, trying to send it down low. Handful of substitutions about to check in, but
yeah, they were all going to set to go in, and then they came back to the bench.
Yeah, E.J. Black elects to hold them back. Here's Gregory Marsh. Marsh down low, trying to feed it off to Kamon Morris. Morris averaging about 2.4 assists per game. First one rolls off. Walker pulls down the rebound. Kicks it up ahead. Frazier down low. And an easy two-pointer for Leroy Walker.
Right in front of the basket.
50-33, Warriors on top.
Marsh did a nice job of beating the press there. He was double teamed, but he was able to slip out of it.
Marsh at the stripe, trying to pad his stats. (50-34). A couple more substitutions for the Mustangs. .5-point lead for the Warriors. Here's Damari Martin in the corner, up and under. Fancy move.
What a move.
Here's Turner. Fancy move by Damari Martin to get to the cup and lay it off the window at the right hand.
The Mustangs about to make another wholesale substitution here. 4 new players.
Gregory Smith, Teron Sanders. Just a couple of substitutions for E.J. Black's squad. Second one's good. 52-37.
Oh.
Down low, up and under, missed the layup. Walker gets the offensive rebound, kicks it over to Prince. Prince defended by Gregory Smith. Almost lost it.
They called that on number 35, Smith. There was a lot of banging around before that. Here comes some more substitutions for the Mustangs.
If you're wondering where Greg Tribble is, number 2 for Winton Woods, he's injured, unavailable tonight. One more for Wakron Prince. Greg Marshall races it across the timeline, approaching the final 6 minutes in regulation. Down low, up and under. And the second chance opportunity will drop in. 54-39. Western Hills takes a timeout. 30-second timeout called by the Mustangs. 54-39, still hanging around, still plenty of time if you're Western Hills.
Yeah, the time is starting to slip away, but there's time to get 15-point run, but you got to get started here pretty soon. Western Hills is about to be in the double bonus. The Warriors have 9 fouls now.
David Lumpkin looking on. Here's Ware. Weaving through traffic, puts up the floater off the back of the iron, tipped around into the hands of Garrison Bailey, who's going to head to the line. Take a look at that last foul. Come on, Morris.
Substitution for the Mustangs. Number 24,
One more for Bailey, off on the second. It is a 2-shot foul, so everyone jumped early. Lewis Frazier waiting to check in. He will replace the shooter Garrison Bailey. Just under 6 minutes left here in regulation, 55-39. Western Hills hasn't shot a lot of threes. You mentioned that.
I'm not sure they've tried one here.
Corner three off the side of the iron. Musling for the rebound. And Demetrius Watkins will head to the stripe. Wholesale of substitutions coming for the Mustangs.
Yeah, both teams in the double bonus. It's going to be a free throw contest here to the end. It'll probably be a pretty slow one.
Take a look at E.J. Black, the head coach of the Western Hills Mustangs. Second one's off the mark, and an over and back foul will be called against number 21, Tyron Cook.
Western Hills foul number 21, Tyron Cook is first.
More substitutions waiting to check in. Lewis Frazier at the stripe. First one spins out. All the substitutions sitting to my left, so obviously that strategy will be in effect for the rest of this contest in terms of taking out the entire team at once.
Yeah, Not quite sure what the strategy is there, but he just wants a lot of people to play and not be out there for too long, I think, because their fatigue factor.
Here's Saunders, now in the hands of Gregory Marsh. Into the corner, driving, puts it up, and off the mark. Rebound belongs to Lewis Frazier. Western Hills applying some pressure. Into the corner, long three on the way, off the iron.
Oh, nice rebound.
Ware has it. Getting physical in the paint. And a whistle and a foul will go against the Mustangs.
Go down Freeman.
A lot of these Winton Woods Warriors.
Oh, Mike. I just went dead.
Second one's good. It's a 16-point game. Under 5 minutes to play. Here's Turner. Long three. Off the back of the iron. Another rebound to Frazier, averaging just under 2 a game. Jalen Mason couldn't hang on to the pass. Western Hills bench signaling, we got to hurry it up, boys. 4:21 left. Quick three. Off the mark.
Yeah, the Mustangs are trying 3 points now.
Western Hills
stripped
and stolen away. Off the glass. The first shot. They'll kick it out. Charge. And a technical foul has been assessed.
Yeah, some tempers flared there.
So number 24, Mickey Freeman, assessed a foul along with a technical foul. And there was also a technical foul on the Winton Woods player. So the technical fouls will offset. And then you have the player control foul.
So it looks like Winton Woods will be at the foul line. If we have this right. I'm guessing we've seen the last of a couple of players tonight because I don't think the coaches want to let the tempers flare anymore.
4:04 to play here at Winton Woods High School. Now Winton Woods is going to take a full timeout. David Lumpkin, cool, calm, and collected after things got a little chippy. Everyone's calmed down and everyone will recollect themselves. And a good friend of mine that I had the privilege to work with named Charlie Walter would say they're high school kids. It's a learning process. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, hats off to the coaches of both teams. They, I thought, handled that real well. They put a lid on it as quickly as they possibly could.
Jalen Mason will inbound it to our left. 4:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Trying to get it in. Jalen Mason has it. Western Hills applying some backcourt pressure. Mason gets it across the timeline. That pass intercepted. And up ahead. And a wide open layup by Sanders.
It was a perfect pass. Led him perfectly.
Foul in the backcourt against the Mustangs. Keon Britton is the guilty culprit. 3:46 to play in the fourth quarter. Western Hills cheerleaders having some fun. Second one off the mark. Rebound belongs to Turner. In the hands of Gregory Marsh. Now Watkins lost it. Ware coast to coast, hands it off. Almost tipped it in. It does get tipped in. Frazier gets the tip in. 3:25 to go. Prince. Up and under, rolls off the front of the iron. Offensive rebound, rolls around and off. And then finally tipped back in.
Yeah, the Warriors completely taking control of the game now.
Winton Woods flexing their muscles here in the fourth quarter, 60-42. That pass almost came sailing over to you, partner.
About to catch it.
Spinning to the bucket is number 30, Leon Sanders. Leslie Sanders, excuse me. Couple of substitutions being made for the Mustangs. Winton Woods student section getting into it. Gregory Smith checking back in. 60-44, 2:48 to play. Here's Prince being defended by Smith. Prince swings it in to Frazier. Lost it on the deck. And a jump ball will give it to Western Hills.
Western Hills continues to hustle. They're not going to win this game, well, barring a miracle. They're not going to win this game, but they're not giving up.
It's been a fun night here at Winton Woods High School, treated to a fantastic junior varsity game that came down to the wire. Western Hills hanging around. Just couldn't lock down Winton Woods defensively. Here's Marsh from the left elbow, kicks it to the corner. Watkins has it, now Marsh swings it over to number 30, Leslie Saunders. Saunders to the left elbow. He'll back it out. Turner fading away, drops it in. Turner's had a nice night tonight.
He has. He's had a good game. He's played very hard and just had a lot of success on the court tonight.
Spinning to the bucket is Tabaku. Under 2 to play. That pass down low. Little up and under. Stripped and stolen away by Brown. Brown tried to lob it up to his teammate. He'll pull it out.
Yeah, the Warriors have had too much speed, too much size, and too much rebounding skill tonight for the Mustangs. and three-point shooting. Haven't played a big role in the second half, but sure did in the first half.
Brown to the bucket. Not sure why Western Hills was rolling the ball in. The clock was already rolling. Approaching the final minute. Here's Marsh. Kicks it out. Turner. Marsh launches a deep three. Got it. 64-49.
Western Hills wish they could have done a lot more of that in this game.
Here's Brown. Lost it on the deck. Turner almost stripped it from him. Final 47 seconds. I think Turner. Turner may have got poked in the eye. So he will come over to the Western Hills bench.
I think that's right, Kyle.
Brown will throw it in. And now David Lumpkin wants a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. Let's take a look at it one more time. Number 2 in the middle of your screen. Got an elbow to the face.
Yeah, an elbow. Looks like Turner's in some discomfort, but I think he's all right. That would hurt.
.8 to play. Warriors will improve to 11-4. Western Hills will drop to 3-14 on the campaign. We'll have the boys sectional draws a week from Sunday. This Sunday, the girls sectional tournament will be drawn. Here's Prince in the corner. Prince coughed it up. Here's Saunders trying to connect with Watkins, and he lost it out of bounds. 25.3 to go. Here's Watkins. Pressure in the backcourt. Gets it up to Brown. Brown across the timeline. Step back jumper off the side of the iron. Scramble for underneath. Put up and in.
That sums up a lot of what's happened tonight. The Warriors' ability to get those
deep three.
Rebounds.
Buzzer's going to sound. Winton Woods 66. Western Hills Mustangs 49. For my broadcast partner, Tom Hall, and our entire crew, including our producer, Tony Suarez, Kyle Evans saying so long from a raucous Winton Woods gym where the Warriors are victorious. Winton Woods basketball on Waycross made possible by Boardman Athletics Group. We make sports happen. Wild Birds Unlimited, your backyard bird feeding specialist. Midakey Car Care. And by Shooter Sports Grill, a great place for the whole team.